Welcome everyone to season 2 here of the Director of Football Challenge with Maldon and Tiptree. We've just been promoted to tier 7 in the English football pyramid, and I think the goal is to get promotion again. And to try and achieve that goal, we have been given a £1 million transfer budget. This is crazy stuff. We've also got 25-ish grand a week wage budget. And this is already considering the fact that we've got a pretty decent squad as it is. We've pretty much got most of the players you see here tied down to either non-contracts, which means they can leave at any time, but most of them are tied down beyond this season. The only two players we've got who will be leaving the club at the end of the season are Tom Eastman, who is 34-year-old, which is fair enough, and Kai Martin, who was only on loan from Colchester. Now, his contract at Colchester actually runs out in 66 days. So we are going to try and get him on a permanent once that runs out as well. So there's every chance he might be here next season as well. But everyone else is really very top quality. Some of our better players, like Macaulay Bonne, who is shown as a 4-star player, are leading National League players, which is 2 tiers above the tier we're about to go in. We've got a Johnny Birchall, another 4-star player, good National League, with obviously more potential to grow being young players. But even someone who's only like a 3-star player for us is still a good player in the 6th tier, so the tier above the one we're going to. So we've already got a good squad, as you can see by the star ratings. We probably only need a handful of positions. I'd say maybe a right back, some centre backs, maybe a left back, a DM, and maybe another striker. But we've got good strikers. So one thing we maybe need to do is move a couple players on. But other than that, I think we've already got a good squad. However, there's £1 million to spend. So if we come across someone even better and they don't want ridiculous wages, as you can see, we are already paying ridiculous wages to a couple players. But as long as we can get them for around no more than £2,000 and they really improve us, we've got to think long term as well. If we can tie players down to beyond this season, and we should probably be first of all looking at the players who we've only got for next season and looking to extend them. Someone like Macaulay Bonne, maybe we should be going to try and get his contract past 2027, or a Johnny Birchall. Maybe that's what we should be doing before we sign players. So I might go have a look at that now and see which ones I want to try and get for longer than what we've got. But other than that, we've got money to spend. If we can improve the squad, we're going to do it. So the first piece of business we've actually done is release Alex Finney. He was on a non-contract. He played a fair few games, but I think we want to try and improve on that. He was only 2.5 stars of current ability. Really only a good National League North player. At 29 years old, I think we want to be aiming for trying to sign National League level players. He was only averaging a 6.8 in the league below, so fair to say, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get some better players. We've also let our third choice keeper, Tommy Dixon-Hodge, go. I don't think he even kicked a ball for us, so he's gone. Again, he was on a non-contract, didn't need him. But the board have just announced plans to expand the capacity of the stadium. It's only 210 seats, and it's only going to cost us 30 grand with 2 months. Obviously, we've got 3.2 million in the bank, so we should be okay. One thing to mention as well, we are currently under planning to go professional as well. So any contracts we offer, I think now will be professional contracts. I think any player we've already got will still be under. So if we look at someone like Macaulay Bonne, he's still under a part-time contract. So if we wanted him to go full-time with the club, we'd have to offer these players new contracts. That might be something I go and look to do now, is get a lot of these lads, especially the younger ones, on full-time contracts so they're training more frequently with us. Well, lots of important stuff has happened. Cavan Williams has signed a new deal, so he's now on a professional contract. Yeah, so we clearly are going professional, so the contracts we can offer are now full-time. He's had a little bit of a wage increase, but really nothing too grand. And he's on a contract now till 2028, so he's signed a new deal and he's going to be full-time. And the big one is Johnny Birchall. We are paying him a fair bit more, 2 grand a week, but he's now full-time and he's carried down till 2029 as well. So he's obviously someone who, in 3 years' time, will probably still be a player we could need. I mean, if we're in tier 7 now, tier 6 next season, and then tier 5 the season after, if we do manage to get promotion back to back, he'll still be a good National League player, so it's still a good player to have. We've paid out 21 grand to be shared amongst for where we finished. We somehow avoided tax it. Actually, no, it makes sense. We avoided tax it because we actually made a big loss, didn't we? We've got a new sponsorship for kits, 5 grand, nothing great. We've increased our ticket pricing, which is good. And the board are clearly backing us because they've put an extra 190k into the club coffers by their free spending chairperson, Stuart Fuller. Love to see that. So the board, even though we've got a different chairman and stuff, still putting money in the club, 190k. Obviously, not matching what we had at the start of the save, which was 4 million, but we've got a little bit more sponsorship coming in, and yeah, it should keep us afloat. As you can see, we started with around 4 million, so about a 650k loss over the season. It's not terrible, obviously, as we go up. You got to think as well, we had a very early FA Cup exit as well, so if we can go a bit further in the FA Cup season, this season, we hopefully get that 650 down to maybe 300, and then it becomes even more sustainable to keep spending this kind of money. But realistically, we've got money, it's in the club, we just need to keep getting promotion, and then eventually the finances will kind of figure themselves out. But at the minute we are losing money, but that's what the board are willing to do to try and get promoted. So with Premier League clubs letting their youngsters go, we have managed to pick up a couple of really good ones. The first one is Godwill Kukonki. He is an 18-year-old English centre-back, 6'4", looks very, very good. He's signed on a £550 deal as a full-time contract till the end of next season, which is great. He is a leading National League North player with League 2 potential, so a really good pickup there at just 18 years old on a free. The other one is another centre-back, so potentially our new centre-back pairing, both 18 years old. Elijah Upson, £600 a week till 2027. He is a leading National League North player, but with much bigger potential, with championship potential. He joins us on a free from Tottenham. I think the other one was from Man United, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, two young players who are going to get lots of game time. 18 years old, 6'4". The other one, 6'1", so big, tall centre halves. Gonna come in and should be our new centre back pairing. So really, Eastman leaving is a bit of a blessing. One of our non-contracted players, Charlie Farr, agreed a deal to go to Farnborough. I'm not too upset. I think we've got a better right back in Shea Alexander anyway. Obviously, he was quite good for us, but he's going up to the Enterprise South. Can't really blame him. He's getting a proper deal as well, so wasn't really something I was willing to offer. He's only really, he's only really like a really good player at our level. I think he's probably not good enough for National League South, to be honest, anyway. So I think we'll be able to find a better one anyway. We've already got Shea Alexander, who's better than him currently anyway. And he's actually on a proper deal. So, like I say, no big loss there, I don't think. Obviously, we knew Tom Eastman was leaving. That's been confirmed now as his contract ran out. Pretty good player for us. Very consistently good at the back. A big part of why we were so good at the back as well. But he's left. 34 years old. I think we've got better players in now who are 18 with more potential. So, like I say, I think it was probably the best for both parties. So our first signing since the window is properly opened, though obviously those two youngsters that joined us were kind of pre-contracts agreed. Seb Naylor is a 20-year-old English left-back. He is leaving Man City at the end of his youth contract, or at the end of his academy contract, whatever it is, and he will be joining us. He's 2.5 stars of current ability, so a good National League North-South player, but with big potential with League One. We're not paying him £3,000 a week. That's what he was on at City. He is going to be getting... I can't remember what it was. £625 a week. It's a 1-year deal, but with an extension of a year. Another one we're signing is Adube on Chukwu. On Chukwu is signing for £490 a week. Again, 2027. No contract extension there. Just a 1-year deal for him. He's a leading National League North player. League 2 potential. We needed some younger, better DMs, and he's going to be one of them. So 2 new boys in. 2 new youngsters as well, which is really good. Another one of the same ilk is Try Van Mully. He's a 19-year-old winger. He is currently about a good National League North player, but with League One potential, so lots of potential there. He's not kicked a football. He's coming from Villa, but he's going to sign on. I think it's for £440 a week on a deal to 2028, so a 2-year deal for him. Lots of potential. Gets another good youngster in the side, and I think we're probably going to have to try and move a couple players on, but we've definitely got a lot of good youngsters joining us on the 1st of July. So we've had a couple offers come in for Pharrell Johnson. They're not really that much money, but it is a little bit of money. They're all from Jamaica. I don't know if he's that interested in going there, but it's an interesting one because he's only got a year left on his deal. He's 22 years old. He's probably not going to start over the 2 new youngsters that have come in. He was obviously really good for us last season. I'm sure he will be good for us this season. He's a leading National League North player with National League potential. The only thing I'm thinking is we've already got Kukonki and we've already got Upson, both who I would see as better starters for the first team now, even though they're both youngsters. But they're both youngsters with much bigger potential than him. His potential is really only National League, whereas these two could definitely become Football League players. What I don't want is the assistant manager to have the option to try and put him in the side. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably accept these options and try and sign another centre back. But I'm actually going to accept these, not because I don't like him, but just because I think we can probably get a better player. So I'm going to accept these. The other piece of business, we have signed another striker as well. We are strikers galore here at Maldon Tiptree. Scott Hamilton is going to be joining us when his contract in Nottingham Forest runs out at the end of the month. He is a good National League North South player with, again, big potential. Another youngster, 18-year-old Northern Irish player. Came from Linfield, went to Nottingham Forest, and now he's joining us. I think it is... How much is it? Where is he? £550 a week, 1 year deal with a 1 year extension optional. So good deal. We're not really spending too much, to be fair. I think we're being quite sensible with it. That may go out the window if things don't start well in the league above, but for now I think we're making good progress, and I think we're getting a lot of good youngsters in, which is going to be really good for the future of the club beyond this season. Another youngster signed on, well, not too young, 21-year-old Charlie Vivas. Charlie Vivas is joining us. He'll be leaving Burnley at the end of his contract. He's not actually played in professional football. He was previously of United, Swansea and Burnley, just in various academies. He's 3 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential, a good National League North player now with League 2 potential. Another DM into the lineup. I think he's a good player. Probably a little bit more of an attacking-minded one, mind you, but overall, I think a good option and definitely someone that's good to have in and around the squad. So the board really aren't messing around. They want us to win the 7th tier, which is fair enough, by winning the league. They also want us to get to the first round proper of the FA Cup and the quarterfinals of the trophy. They're not bothered about the Velocity Cup at all. Obviously, we won that last year, but we're still in that apparently. They're not bothered about that at all. They also want to be, some scouting stuff, that's fine. But yes, big expectations. We really need to improve on the FA Cup because we went out in the first qualifying round last time. So I don't know if we go into that round now or because we have to do a preliminary, but hopefully we should be able to go further than we did last year. But yes, definitely wouldn't mind an FA Trophy run either. But realistically, the league is absolutely our biggest importance. Another player signed before we've even reached the 1st of July, Connor Douglas, 20-year-old winger, English winger, £725 a week. He is on at Leeds, but we're going to be offering him £490 a week. It's a 1 year deal with a 1 year extension. He can play on the right, he can play on the left. He's pretty much both-footed. And he comes in as a leading National League North player with League 1 potential. So another very good signing. Another one that's going to be just a good option to have for the future. They've obviously got a lot of youngsters coming in who've got potential. So we're definitely youthening, making the squad quite a bit younger as well as making it better. So I think we're having a good window so far. My only worry is we probably have too many players. We may need to move some people on, but some people are on very good contracts that they probably won't want to leave on. So we may be stuck with a few players rotting up the squad, which I think when you kind of spending your way up the leagues is kind of inevitable. So the first exit that's actually been for any money, Pharrell Johnson's left the club. He's went to the Jamaican Premiership for £6,000. We got him on a free. He was very good. But like I said, I think we've just got better options now. He's probably going to be someone who, in the next couple of years, was going to be obsolete anyway. So we're kind of just hurrying up a little bit. Obviously, that does mean we probably need to sign more centre-backs. We've obviously just got the 2 in at the minute. We are a little bit light in terms of numbers at the minute, but obviously 1st of July, all those new players, all those youngsters are going to join. So we'll definitely have a bigger squad by then. But yeah, Pharrell Johnson's left. Not the end of the world. We've also put Whittingham and Gary Hooper on the transfer list, trying to get options for them. Looks like there's a couple teams interested in Gary Hooper, so we will ask around and try and get some some deals that he was very, very good for us last season, 17 and 32. But at this point, I think there's probably better players than him at the club. He's only getting worse. Whittingham doesn't have any options. He's still someone with a lot of potential, so I would have hoped someone would have came in for him. But yeah, doesn't seem like there is at the minute. We don't have anyone else we're trying to move on. I think Macaulay Bond's got a bit of interest. He's a little bit unhappy because he wants a new deal. But if we try and go in for him, you'll see what kind of money he wants. Yeah, he wants nearly $3,000. Come on, Macaulay. He's on £600 a week. We're obviously not giving him that. He's only on a 1-year deal. He is very, very good. I guess if we just to make him happy, we'll try and get him on a new contract. But look how much money he wants. Even $2,000 a week's too much. Now, he won't even have that. He's not that good. So if he's unhappy, he's unhappy. We may have to move him on. There's a couple of our midfielders have got interest as well, so we may try and move them on because we've got some better midfielders coming in as well. But we'll let you know if anything else happens. Well, we are definitely splashing the cash on this one. Oakley Cannonier is going to be joining us on the expiration of his Liverpool contract, and we're paying him a fair whack. He's a very, very good player, though. He is 3.5-star current ability, so a leading National League North player with League One potential. Very, very good. As you can see, we are going to be paying him $2,500 a week on a 2-year contract, but an option to extend. I think he's going to be... I mean, look at him. He looks very, very good. He could be our new channel forward. Looks really good. One thing I'm going to do, because Macaulay Bond's unhappy, and he wants similar contract to him, and he's probably better than him now, but he's just unhappy, and I don't want unhappy players. I think we actually offer him out, and if we can get a fee for him, well, it seems like I thought people wanted him, but we'll offer him out. Like I say, if anyone wants to buy him, they can. We won't force him out the club, but if someone wants him, we'll definitely let him go now, because I think we've got, along with Williams, who's probably better than him anyway, I think we've got 2 strikers who, at least in the future, will be better than Bon anyway, so I'd rather give the time to them. We didn't have any interest for our midfielders, so I don't know why Scunthorpe are showing interest when they're not interested in putting in a bid. But yeah, I mean, at the minute, we're looking very good. Obviously, 1st of July, we'll get our better players, but we're already top of the season preview, so I think we're in for another promotion season, hopefully. As you can see, looking at the best 11, we're very much the best team in the league. Only 2 players who are you? You look very good. You're on loan. Let's have a look. I might be able to get him on loan. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's looking, very strong. So we've reached the 1st of July, and as you can see, our budgets really haven't been that affected by the new players coming in. We've still got £5,000 available with £1 million in the transfer budget. Obviously, we're not really going to be buying players at this level. If we quick pick the team, the assistant manager thinks this is probably the best 11 for now. I think he's probably spot on. We have had a bid for Macaulay Bon of $35,500 for Yeovil. Whilst he was so good, he really was good for us last season. Definitely the best player in the league by far. He'd be very good for us at this level as well. He's kicking up a fuss. He wants to leave. We've got younger players with more potential who are probably going to fill the gap anyway. But I think this is pretty much right. Obviously, Douglas would come in. Birchall keeps his place. Cannonier looks a great replacement for him already. He's already a leading National League player, and he's 8 years younger. We've also got Cameron Williams, who would lose his spot as well if Bon was still here. So he's leading National League. I think we've got players. And then we've got Scott Hamilton, who's not as good as the others, but leading National League North and League Two potential. So I think we've got more than enough anyway, so I'm kind of happy for him to go. The midfielders, I'd rather play on Chungkwu and Viviers as well, so I've listed those for transfer. We're still trying to get Whittingham out of the club. We've had an offer for Gary Hooper. We've had some offers for our backup goalkeeper as well, not that I'm trying to move him on. I've also transfer listed Edgebury as well. I just think we've got Trevine Mully, who's coming into the club on the right, as well as Douglas, so we've already got 2 right wingers. None of them can really play on the left. The only other person who can play on the left is really Williams, and really just the strikers, and really Douglas. So Edgebury probably finds himself unfortunate that he can't. I mean, I guess he can play on the left, but can he really? He's not really got any potential. He's 25. If we end up having to keep him, I'm happy to keep him as a fringe player, but I don't think he'd want to be that. So yeah, I think Overall, though, the squad's looking good. We probably need more centre-backs. We probably need a better right-back. Probably a better goalkeeper as well. I think Seb Naylor coming in as the starting left-back. I'm happy with that. He's got big potential. So, yeah, I think we've probably got most of what we need. We probably just need to move a few bodies on, but definitely some cover or even a better centre-back, a better right-back and a better goalkeeper, or at least a younger goalkeeper with potential, I think would be the move. So, yeah, if we can get some good younger players in those positions, obviously I personally would rather have those DMs, so I'm trying to move these on so the assistant manager has no choice but to play them. And everything else is really just if we come up a good player against a good player. I feel like there's not going to be much of a space for Blake at this level, so we are going to move him into the academy to give him more game time. So he's someone we obviously saw quite a bit of last season, but we'll probably see less of him this season as we move him back into the academy. It's still only 16 though, still got lots of potential, so happy to keep him around in the academy. So Gary Hooper has left the club. He's went to Tamworth on a free transfer. We didn't need anything for him. So he's going to go to Tamworth of the National League. Like I say, he scored plenty of goals, but probably just nowhere near good enough. Why on earth they're signing a player who's only really a tier 7 level player? Why they feel the need to get him? I guess he's only joining as an impact sub, so yeah, I don't know why they're signing him, but we've got him off the books now, which obviously means we've got a little bit more money in the wage as well, because he was taking up a little bit of wage. But yeah, we've obviously got enough strikers. Obviously, Macaulay Bond's potentially on his way out as well, but we've got enough strikers, so we really didn't need him. Other than that, though, things are looking good. We've definitely got a lot of players. Whether we need all of these, I don't know. We've not had any other bids. We've had a bid for Sowerby, 11k from Yeovil. So we'll see what happens there. I think they put the Macaulay, yeah, they've got the Bond bid in as well, so they're definitely keeping an eye on us. So he may go. He's 31. I think we've got better options anyway. So yeah, I'll be happy to sell both of those two. But at the minute, nothing confirmed on the incomings just yet. So 2 incomings and 1 exit. The first incoming is Pele Arganis McDermott. Is a 20-year-old English centre-back, 6'4", looks pretty good. 3.5 stars of current ability with more potential. So he is previously of Luton, then went to Tottenham, been released, and we've got him on a free. We're paying him £1,000 a week on a 2-year deal. So he is definitely another good option at centre-back. Another one we've got is Ashton Misson. He is a 19-year-old English winger. He can play on the right or the left. £875 a week on a 2-year deal. 3.5 stars of current ability with, again, some potential to get better. He is formerly of Man United, so he's from the Man United Academy. And one player that's leaving us is Jack Sowerby. His deal to Yeovil went through. £13,000, nearly £14,000 with a little bit more if he makes 20 league appearances. He's went to Yeovil of the National League. Again, came in, did a good job, but I think we've got better players now, and being able to actually make money for these players is really good. So a 31-year-old, we're bringing in a little money into the club. Obviously, it's not a huge amount, but it does help, and it helps us obviously with the wage as well. So we are looking pretty good. We put a little bit more money into wage now, so that's why the transfer budget's a bit less. But yes, squad looking good. If we got a quick pick, best 11. I mean, obviously we've got a couple trialists in who are taking up spots, but yeah, overall it's looking good. We've got a big squad though. I think we probably need to cut down a little bit, but obviously we've got some bids for some players going on. Cameron James also got a bid from Yeovil, so we'll see what happens with that. Bond's also got his bid from Yeovil. A lot of these trials obviously won't be joining us. Vontae Williams is actually wanted. Who wants him? Do we sell him? I'll sell him. If someone wants him, I will sell him because we've already got a better left back, so we'll offer him out as well and see what they say. But yeah, I mean, like I say, we've got plenty of players. He comes in, obviously, would be a great option at the back. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely made some good signings, but we're not done. Hopefully, a couple of these people who were in on trial, we've got a ton of players in. We've made offers for, but like I say, with this level, you just get off. Everyone just gets offers. So a couple more in and out. Hilson, our backup goalkeeper, left. He was on a non-contract. He's gone to Cambridge. He never played for us. So he's gone to Cambridge to be one of their backups. We've actually signed another keeper anyway. Dylan Thompson's in. He's an 18-year-old goalkeeper. 3 stars of current ability on a 2-year deal with 5-star potential. So whether he comes in as the starter over over what we've got now. I don't know. He has had a little bit of time around our level, actually. Went to Barton Rovers, who actually knocked us out of the FA Cup last year. Obviously wasn't there last season, but yeah, someone for the future maybe. We look to maybe loan him out. He could even be our starting goalkeeper. I guess we'll just see how things go. And then we've also signed James Roswell. He is our new right back, 2-year deal. 3.5 stars of current ability with more potential as well. He is of the Tottenham Hotspur Academy. So yeah, another youngster in, and the squad is starting to take even better shape. Why can I not get to the tactics screen? There we go. Pick without restriction. Yeah, it's looking good. Obviously, at the minute, does Thompson come in? Not sure. But yeah, maybe he would start. Not sure. Obviously, Justin's not a bad goalkeeper either. A little bit older, but Roswell would be in. Upson, Kukonki, Naylor. Obviously, James we've got a bid on for, so potential for them two to leave. Misson could be on the right. He joins Birchall. Don't know where Douglas would be. I guess he's kind of been dropped out, but I'd rather him than Ashton Misson. But we're going to have lots of players who can do the job, and we should be good. We are still trying to move some players on. We've got a little bit of interest in some of them, but we've not managed to find deals for a lot of them yet. So we will still try to move people on. Someone like Alexander, good enough to be a backup at both left back and right back. So happy to keep him in the squad. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we've got a big squad, but obviously there's still some trialists. But yeah, I think realistically, we probably move the ones out we think we don't need anymore. And it probably starts to look a little bit something more like this. Obviously, that is one of the trialists. So if we just chuck the Vias in for now, obviously chuck him out the squad, it's probably looking like we'd probably start the season with something like this. We are expecting Bond to leave as well. So yeah, the squad looks more like this. Obviously, there's no guarantee we'll move these players on, but it's looking a little bit less big now that we actually get down to the players we actually plan on using. So 1 out and 1 in. Macaulay Bonne has left the club. But like I say, it's maybe a controversial one because of how good he was last season. He's obviously very good, but we don't want unhappy players in the squad. He's good now, but in a year or two time, he's going to regress. Maybe live to regret this one, but he's not going to come back to haunt us too quickly. He's went to National League Yeovil. I don't mind it. It gets his wage off the club as well. We've already got good young strikers. I think we've got better players. We've signed another goalkeeper as well, whether we needed to. I'm not really sure. Isaac Allen's joined us on a 1-year deal. I don't think there's there is an optional extension as well. He's 3 stars of current ability with a bit more potential as well. So whether we needed another goalkeeper, not sure. I guess if we put him in, he is our best goalkeeper. So I think we probably try and move Justin on. We probably don't need him, considering we've got the other goalkeepers. Whether we'll be able to move him on, I'm not sure, but there's every chance he just becomes a bit of a backup. But we'll transfer list him just on the off chance that we can get rid of him. Obviously, there's other players we're trying to move on as well. But at the minute, we're looking like around this for the squad. Like I say, we are still trying to move a couple others on. So yeah, we'll let you know if anything happens with these. Otherwise, they will just end up being involved. But yeah, we're looking like a good squad. I think probably... Where's the other striker? Yeah, I think Hugh would be in and then maybe swap them around. Yeah, I think that would be a better thing. But obviously, not for me to say once the season starts. We've got a trialist at right back. Obviously, we've got Roswell. So we've got centre-backs, we've got full-backs, we've got midfielders. Obviously, he's under a bid as well, so every chance for Vias comes in. So I think realistically, we probably need 1 or 2 really good DMs. Probably don't need much else. I mean, if a good striker comes up, I guess there's an option there, but we've got 3 of them. Do we need a 4th striker, really? I don't know. We've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 4 wingers. We probably don't need any more wingers. So it's really just DMs and maybe a fullback either side. If we come across a really good goalkeeper, then we could also replace him and try to loan one of these lads out. But yeah, at the minute, I think DM is the main priority. But other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. If we can get this McKnight in as well, then that's good options as well. So I think we're good to go. But it's very early in the window. Things might change. We may obviously get some injuries or what have you, or some bids in. So yeah, we'll let you know. But I think mainly a DM. So Cameron James has left the club. He was obviously the midfielder last season. We said we probably needed to move them on just to not give the assistant manager any option. He wasn't that good for us. He was kind of a right back / midfielder. He's went to Yeovil, who were just absolutely just sweeping up all of our players. Not sure why, but he's left. So we are perhaps a little bit light in the midfield now. Obviously, Viviers probably comes in for now if we quick pick without restriction with best players. Obviously, we've got some loans in, trials in, so it wouldn't be too accurate. But yeah, I think with those two in, it's looking like we could probably do with a better one there. But at the minute, I think we're looking really good. I think if we are really after anything, it is another midfielder, so I'm happy to let them two go, though. Obviously, it adds a little bit more to the budget and things like that. But yeah, we've got plenty of money left to go. 9 grand in the wage bill, so we've still got plenty of money left. But it's just about trying to actually find players who actually want to join us. We have a problem. We can't stop signing goalkeepers. Darryl Ombang signed on a 1-year deal. I think it's got a 1-year extension on it as well. £875 a week. I think he's the best one we signed. He's leading National League North. He's got more potential. They're all kind of the same. I don't really know why I keep signing all these goalkeepers, but yeah, we've just got a lot of goalkeepers. So if we go best 11, I think it's still Alec. Yeah, we've got too many. I think first of all we'll put this lad on the loan list. Hopefully get him some loan time out. Yeah, I think we've signed too many, but there's every chance we may get some unhappy goalkeepers. But at least if one of them's rubbish, we've got a lot of options. We've had some bids for Vontae Williams, had a loan for him. Justum's got some loans as well. So at least we got one goalkeeper leaving us. We've got 4 at the minute. I don't really know who's the best. They're all kind of the same. So it gives me a bit of a headache. Well, it does not me a headache. It gives the manager a headache. I'm just director of football. I don't need to worry about this. But yeah, I think that's probably the best move, is to have one of these two be the starter, sell Justum and loan Thompson. Not sign any more goalkeepers unless they're vastly better than what we've got. We're putting that rule in. We're putting that marker down. But we don't have that rule for strikers. So 19-year-old Bruno Sena joins the club. He's on a 1-year contract, leading National League North player. Got a little bit of potential. Probably just a rotation option. £525 a week. It's no extension as well, so it's just a 1-year deal. He was at Stockton Town in the Northern Premier, which is the northern level. It's the same version of our levels. It's the same tier, but in the north. He was playing for Stockton Town. Got 8 and 17, so a decent player. Pretty tall as well, so a good backup. Not a bad option at all. We'll move him into the first team, though. He's not been a under-21 player on £500 a week. So yeah, he's in, and that means obviously we've got a little bit more in terms of striking options. Probably not better than what we've got. I still think Kavan Williams and Canonier. I think Canonier is going to be our main man this year. But yeah, we've got some good players in. Lots of good wingers in. I think, again, we just need DMs. We're really struggling for it. We probably need some fullbacks as well. Like I said, we are still trying to loan and list some players out. Maybe we should just be keeping Vontae Williams, but I guess we've got players who can play there. I don't know. I just think the squad's a little bit big. We've still got plenty of money. 23 players, none of them trials as well. It's a bit of a big squad, especially for me. I like a small squad, so hopefully we'll sell a couple more, get this down to about 20, and then maybe get a DM in, and that should be us ready for the season, I think. So we have had one exit. Vontae Williams has gone out on loan to Hartlepool, my club, in real life for the season. So he's actually going to be playing higher level football than us, which is very interesting. So they're in the National League still. So he's going to go out on loan in the National League, playing regular football there, which is very interesting. They're paying most of his wage as well, 80% of his wage, plus a little bit of fee. So yeah, we can recall him if we need him as well at some point. So yeah, but he's obviously still got some potential. So if he goes out and does well, then we may look at extending his contract. Otherwise, he's just gone from the club and we'll never see him again. So Elliot Justum has left the club for £3,000 to Mansfield. So he's gone to just be basically a backup there in League One. Obviously, Mansfield, our current UK journeyman save. So if you've not seen that save, go check out the channel. It's a brilliant save that we are currently at Mansfield Town, at least at the time of recording. Who knows what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, he's left the club, which makes the goalkeeper situation a little bit better. We've got a little bit less goalkeepers now. But we still probably have too many. We've put both of the backups on, well, both of the second choices on the loan list. I think we're going to go with Isaac Allen. It's really up to the manager. He seems to be his preference. Like I say, I think they're all around the same level of goalkeeper. Maybe Allen's a little bit more well-rounded in certain areas. His one-on-ones are a little poor as well. So they've all got potential though. So who knows? We're still trying to move other lads on, but there's just no interest in them. So there's every chance there'll be a couple of players hanging around the squad who we just can't move on. But yeah, for now, I think we've got a really good squad. And like I say, it's mostly just DMs, but we're really struggling to find anyone. So we've reached the first game of the season. Pre-season is done. It wasn't a great pre-season, to be honest. We're actually losing games against not very good teams, which is slightly worrying. We do go into the season still, I imagine, top of the season preview by a good way. We've got the best, everyone in the best 11, so we should win the league. But I'm a little bit concerned that we're not beating teams in pre-season. Hopefully the manager was rotating, doing some funky stuff. I mean, it doesn't look like it. Very worrying stuff, but yeah, we'll obviously go on. This is the thing with the 11 we're going with. We need another DM. We've actually playing an injured midfielder for the first game of the season, which is not great. This is the team I think he's going to go with. We still only get 5 subs. So we got a lot of players not involved, so we are still trying to move on. For some reason, he still wants to have players involved that we're trying to sell and move on. We could probably take him off the loan list now, actually. But yeah, I mean, there's still players that we're probably not going to keep at the club that he's trying to include. So yeah, not sure. We are, for some reason, doesn't really like Williams. He definitely fancies Hamilton and Canonier better. But well, we'll see how long that is. Obviously, if results don't really start well, we may also have to make a director of football decision to bring in a new manager as well. So we'll see how that goes on. But in terms of transfers, I don't think there's anything else that we've done. No, nothing else has happened. So we'll get started with the league. Obviously, there's no transfer window at this level, so we'll get about 10 games in, hopefully be top of the league, and hopefully everything's kind of just working out. So 10 games into the season, and we are cooking. 10 games, 10 wins. There've been some close games, to be fair. Some 1-0s, 3-2s. It's not been just absolute hammering, so we are doing well, though. 27 goals scored, 11 conceded. We're probably conceding too many, but we're scoring an absolute boatload. And I did say I wasn't sure about Hamilton getting a start. Clearly, the manager knows better than I do. He's got 14 goals in 11 games. His rating is absolutely sharp. He's got a couple of assists to his name as well. Plenty of player matches. And now he's already shown as a leading National League player at just 18 years of age. His actual stats haven't gone any better, but because he's playing so well, the rating of him's just gone up. Canonier is also doing really well, a 6 in 11 for him. And then the wingers, they've all kind of been in and out. Birchall's got 3 in 11. Douglas has got 2 in 5. 1 goal and 3 assists for Missing. We're seeing some assists and goals from midfield as well, from the fullbacks. So it's really just everyone is contributing, to be fair. A couple of players have left the club though. Since we last came in. One signing has come in, Luke Towler. He's a 19-year-old youngster, just someone we need in another DM. He's really only a leading player at this level with a bit of potential to get to the National League North-South, so really nothing great, but yeah, he's on a 1-year deal. It'll only be a 1-year deal. We won't extend it, but we just needed someone to rotate in. Couple have left. Dylan Thompson's went out on loan to a team called Queensborough in the USA. He's played 1 game and he kept a clean sheet, so that's good. So hopefully he gets some game time there. They're not actually paying any of his wage. It's just a free loan till January. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Whittingham's left the club. He's went to Gloucester on a free. So he's went to Gloucester City of National League South. So he's left on a free. He wasn't playing for us, and we have far too many wingers anyway. One player who's really kind of just been left out in the cold is Cavan Williams. I think he's quite good. He's still tied down beyond this season, but he's just really struggling to get in the side. The manager just seems to prefer Hamilton and Canonier, and he also seems to prefer putting Blake, our youngster, on the bench. We obviously brought him into took him out of the squad, put him in the under-18s and said, I think he'd be better off just playing academy football, but he keeps putting him in the squad and there's nothing I can do. So yeah, we may lose Williams. I think he's good, but if the manager doesn't rate him, I might have to move him on. Obviously, I can only do what I can do. Sean has not really played much. We've chucked him on the loan list as well. It's really just been the main two, and then Blake's came on, which I don't mind. Blake coming on to get some time. He's not in the squad at the minute, but yeah, he has. If I find him, he's definitely played. He's definitely played a fair bit. And obviously, he is quite a decent player for this level. Yeah, he's made 7 appearances. Not actually scored or assisted in those games, but I think it was just a late sub. So he is 17 now. We've got him on the loan list. He's, I think, maybe made a couple of appearances as well. Yeah, so when we were a little bit short of defenders. So they're definitely taking note of players like in the under-21s and the under-18s and stuff like that. But yeah, at the minute, it's really just players that we're trying to get fitness for. So overall, things are going really well. We also progressed in the FA Cup as well. We beat Welwyn Garden City 2-0, so we're into the second qualifying round to play St Albans of Enterprise South. So we'll see how we get on against a team in the league above. But yeah, at the minute, things are going really well. So we'll probably just keep going and probably come back around January time, just like we did last video. So we've reached the January period. As you can see, things are going even better than they did last season. We're still unbeaten in the league, just 19 goals conceded, 58 goals scored. And to be fair, you look down at the league, there's been a couple of good teams. Folkestone and Victor have actually only conceded 18 goals and scored 44. Ashford have scored 51 and only conceded 22. So even though we are results-wise running away with it, when you look at the goals for and against, we're not that far ahead of everyone else. But basically the rest of the league just cannot compete with us. We are far too good for this level and we are definitely showing it. And one thing that you might be able to spot on the right-hand side, unlike last season, our FA Cup run has been magnificent. We beat... who was it? We beat Welwyn Garden City in the first qualifying round. We then had to go to a replay against St Albans, which we won. We then beat Kettering Town, who are of the Southern Premier Central. So I think that's actually... Is that a league below ours, or is that... That might be an adjacent league, just in a different area. Then we had a replay against Woking of the National League, who we managed to beat on the reverse fixture. And this is where things got very, very exciting. We then beat League One Reading 1-0 away from home, and then follow that up with a 2-1 win against my UK journeyman team, Mansfield Town, 2-1 away. Again, League One club. And we have pulled Man United away at Old Trafford. We'll definitely be coming back for this and showing you the results afterwards. But yeah, that is unbelievable stuff. As you can see, the finances have gone down quite a bit. The main reason they've gone down, though, is we're actually spending a fair bit on new training facilities. So even though, yes, the money's gone down, it's not because we're actually losing as much money this season. It's actually just because we're spending a lot on transfers. If you look at the income for this season, we've actually made 814,000, which compared to last season is a lot more money. And in terms of expenditure this season, we've spent 2.8, obviously a lot more than 1.1. But if you look at the wages were not... In total last season, we spent 362. We spent 583 in January, but that's a normal increase, I think, when you go up the league. When we've got a bigger squad, we've got more players. The majority of the money's come from the 1.5 million that we spent on new training facilities. So yes, we are spending more, but we are making more, which is the really important thing. Like I say, we've made so much more money this season from gate receipts, from prize money as well, match day income. Like everything's just up at the club, much higher than it was last season. So we are definitely doing well. We're actually making a little bit of money of player sales as well, which will be something we probably see in the future. But yeah, as you can see, things are going really well. And I'll tell you what, he knew who the striker was going to be. Scott Hamilton is having a whirlwind season. The fact that he's not actually improving as a player is slightly disappointing, but he's got 24 goals in 23 games. Now, obviously, that's not just down to him, it's down to the players around him, but 18 years old, and this is why I'm trying to invest in the training facilities, he's someone that's surely got to have a big potential in the game, even if it's not showing it. Canonier, he's also been good, not as good, 9 goals, 7 assists, but yeah, he's obviously someone who's done really well alongside him. Birchall, again, great return. Misson's done well. Even the players that have been in and around the squad, like Connor Douglas, like Viviers, these lads that have been in and out have been brilliant. We have done quite a bit of transfers actually since you were last here. We'll start with the exits, so you will have seen that. So Shea Alexander left the club. He went to Torquay of the National League. Yeah, the National League on a free transfer. We didn't need him by that point. Daryl Ombang, our young goalkeeper, we signed him in the summer. Never played a game. We had too many goalkeepers. We actually managed to sell him for money to Altrincham. We've actually dropped down to National League North for $6,000. So we got a little bit of money for someone we never used. And then Terrell Egbury had a deal agreed to leave to Newport in January. That obviously went through. So he's went to League Two Newport. Again, he was someone that was in and around, but we didn't really need. But we signed quite a few players since you were last here. First one is probably, I don't know if you saw him, Felix Scott. He's signed on a one-year deal. He's a youngster with a bit of potential. He was available on a free transfer. He's a leading National League player with leading National League North player with National League potential. He's only played a handful of games because he's not really a defensive midfielder. He's not really a winger. So he's really just a bit of a cover player. He'll probably go at the end of the season, in all honesty. The next one is Dan Sassy. He's our new centre-back, 23 years old, English. £2,100 a week we're paying him, so we are paying him a fair whack, but he's on a 2-year deal till 2028. He's a leading National League player at just 23, and he's come in and had a very, very good start. So he's been in and around the National League as well for Altrincham, Fylde, Rochdale, so he definitely knows the level well, and hopefully he'll be still here when we do get up to that level. The next one in is Kane Thompson-Sommers, is a 26-year-old defensive mid. We brought him in on a deal till the end of the season. Again, just a bit of cover, just in a position we needed. A leading National League North player, so definitely good. Previously of MK Dons, played in and around the National League and North for Halifax, Hereford, so definitely has, again, experience down in these lower levels. And we've also got a new goalkeeper, Ollie Wright, 24-year-old English goalkeeper. He's signed on a deal till the end of next season. He's a good League Two player with potential to be a leading League Two goalkeeper, so very, very good. And as you can see, he's been, in and around the level. Spent last season on loan at Accrington Stanley and actually kept 11 clean sheets in 44 games, so not bad at all in League Two. He's dropped down to the 7th tier and he's been absolutely brilliant. All of that means we still got quite a bit of money left if we want to bring players in, but honestly we probably don't need to do a lot. We've signed a lot of new contracts. I can't remember who exactly signed a new deal and who we've just extended. At the minute we've got a handful that would leave us at the end of the season. We're probably not going to offer most of these new deals. But like players who were in and around, like Douglas, etc., they've all signed new deals, so or signed on contract extensions. I think Hamilton needed a new deal, or we got him in an extension. But yeah, most of the lads are tied down, especially those in the first team are tied down beyond this season. One bad thing, Charlie Viviers has picked up a really bad injury. He's basically just absolutely destroyed his leg. So he's going to be out for the rest of the season. He is tied down to the end of next season though, so with someone who's a leading National League North player with League Two potential, he'll probably stay at the club. But yeah, a bit disappointing with him, which is why we had to sign Thompson-Sommers. So we're going to kick on. Like I said, I don't think we'll do too much business. Obviously, January really doesn't matter too much to us because we are at a point where there's not really any... there's no transfer windows at this level anyway. So yeah, we'll come back after the Man United game, show how we got on. I imagine we're going to get beat, but it is what it is. For the other trophies as well, we went out in the FA Trophy to Aldershot on penalties, and we actually went out very early on in the Velocity Cup to a team called Faversham Town, so wasn't too bothered about that one. The board were a little bit disappointed. Well, we're kind of quite disappointed that we didn't get further in the trophy, but I don't really care about that. We're going to get, hopefully, a fair bit of money as well should come in from this Man United game. So that should really help with the deficit that we've made this year. And hopefully that will boost up our finances going into next season. But yeah, things are going good. I think it's pretty much a guarantee we're going to win the league. Hopefully we can finish it unbeaten as well. That would be really something special. But we're going to go ahead and we'll come back after the Man United game. Well, as we expected, we did lose the game to Man United. But to be honest, a 2-0 loss away from home is really no... it's not an embarrassing result at all. It was just 2 goals. I think they maybe rotated the squad, but I'm guessing that's Amad Diallo that scored one of them. So definitely a first team player in that regard. Don't know who this boy is. I mean, he still looks like a pretty first team player for them. He's played 16 games in the Prem, so they definitely didn't rotate too heavily. There was 59,000 people there. We actually took 3,700 fans, which is quite surprising because I don't think we even get... Yeah, we get about 500 at home, so I don't know where all of these away fans rocked up from, who don't turn up for the home games, but nevertheless, we definitely have a big enough stadium to fit them in, don't we? Yeah, we've got about a 2,500 seater stadium, so I don't know where these players are. Surprisingly, I thought we were going to get a little bit more money than what we got. I don't know where the rest of the money got. I think we made about 500,000, which is not bad. I was expecting closer to 1 million, though, to be honest. But it is what it is. So that's us out of every cup now. We're just in the league now. So what we'll do is we'll get to the end of the season. And in theory, we should be going up as champions. But it's no guarantee. Well, with our 3-1 win over Cheshire, we have won the league. There's 4 games left, but points different means we have won the league. So we are going up to the 6th tier, which will probably be National League South, I would imagine, for this club, but we'll only know once we're there. I don't know exactly the location of the club, but I think it would be National League South based on where we are in this division. Yeah, the type of teams down here, we definitely would be National League South. So that's where we're going to be headed next season. We have won the league. Obviously, we'll play the couple games off camera as well before we come back. But the reason I wanted to come back is we have got our budget. So we had around 600,000 in the transfer budget remaining, with about 7k in wages. I think we're spending currently about 25 grand in wages. So we'll see what budgets we're going to get for National League South. There's about 1.6, 1.5 million in the club. So hopefully we get a nice big budget again, but we'll see when we press click. That is huge. We have been given a £57,000 budget of wage and 645. So the transfer budgets remaining, they are really backing us up the leagues. That is a lot of money. I don't think we need a whole lot going into next season. I think we could probably, I mean, yeah, they want another promotion. I think we could probably win National League South with the club we've got. But the fact that we're getting backed means that we are got even more pressure to win the league. But we've done really well. We've thankfully won the league. And yeah, we've got a lot of money to spend. But like I say, looking at the squad as it is, we probably, I mean, look at like our goalkeeper, for example, a 4-star player. He's already leading National League, so we don't need to replace him. We've got 2 centre-backs at 3.5-star leading National League. We don't need to replace them. So realistically, you're probably looking at breaking the bank on maybe some fullbacks. I mean, these are leading National League North-South, so not the worst players for the division. But probably you could try and get them. I mean, you've got a good National League South left back, so maybe fullback we go out and spend the money on. Obviously, we do have some defensive midfielders as well, but again, I think what we need to do is not just bring in. I think we brought in too many players this season. I think the mistake we made was just bringing in players willy-nilly because they look good and they're available. I think we have to be more clinical. I think if you look at the strikers, we've got 2 strikers who are more than good enough for National League South. Yeah, I think what we need is we need everyone in the team to be a good to leading National League player, or if we can even get League 2 level players. I think people who are 3 stars are great. Leading National League North-South, it's fine to have them if they're already here. But I think if we're bringing someone in, we've got to be maybe bring less in, but even maybe pay them more just to get even better players. But yeah, you'll probably notice there's a couple of players that have left, a couple of players that have come in. We'll go play the last few games, and then we'll do a big roundup on the season as well as any transfers. So we have wrapped up the final few league games. We obviously finished top of the league, 42 games, 34 wins. We did lose the 2 games over the course of the season, but it is what it is. We won most of our games. So really good stuff, 108 points, just the 32 goals conceded and 94 goals scored. And a lot of them came from just one man, Scott Hamilton. I mean, what a season he's had. Like I say, he knew exactly what he was doing, the manager. I wouldn't have started him. He did. 34 goals in 36 games. He's now wanted by Halifax, but yeah, he's tied down. He's going nowhere. He's a good National League player, so he's going to be brilliant for us in National League South. Cannonier, maybe not as good as we expected, but 20 and 41, still a very, very good season. And you can see leading National League player going to be, again, a big part to play for his next season. Other players that did really well since coming in, Misson came in, obviously, on a free contract from Man United. He got quite a few goals and assists to his name. Connor Douglas, maybe a little bit disappointing, just the 10 goal contributions in 25, but a fair few of them were off the bench because he was kind of just in and out the squad. But other than that, everyone else has done really well. The new goalkeeper massively improved the defence. Obviously, the centre-backs in Kukonki and Sassy have both been brilliant. So I think going into next year, we've obviously got a number of players who will be leaving us at the end of the season. But other than that, I think we are very much we're well stocked, aren't we? I don't know why he's shown red when he's definitely tied down till 2028. I'll just double check. Yeah, he is. So I don't know why he's shown red. I think it's just a bit of a bug. But yeah, okay, there we go. It's fixed. So yeah, we've got the majority of our players. There's only 4 leaving us next season. Upson was one where obviously he's a youngster with good potential, but I just think we'll get better players. He's only got National League potential, and we've already got 3 centre backs who are better, so it just doesn't have much space for him. So at the minute, I think probably our best 11 looks something like this. Why are you not? I don't know why it's not putting players in positions. But anyway, yeah, the game's definitely a bit buggy. But overall, I think we're looking really good. I mean, it's probably you're leaving. We'll put Viviers in. This is probably the squad that we've got for next season. Why are you not in the squad as well? There we go. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so this is probably what we've got. And then Birchall would probably be the left back. So I think going into next season, this is what we've got. There's a couple of players we're trying to move on. And those are the 4 out of contract. We still have a couple of players out on loan, I think. Yeah, Trevon Marley. I think Vontae Williams' contract's out. Obviously, we'll cover all of this in the next episode with the proper transfers at the beginning. But yeah, I think the squad we've got now, more than good enough to get another promotion. So we're up to tier 6, 2 back-to-back promotions. I want to make it 3. We've got 1.3 million in the bank, so we're definitely starting to lose quite a bit of money, but we obviously did invest in the facilities this year. We've got 645,000 to spend, 31,000 in the wage. We definitely need another cup run because unless the board are going to put some money in, which I've not seen in a little while, so I'm a little bit concerned that they're not putting in as much money as the previous owners. But nevertheless, I think we should be going up. So they want us to get promotion, and then once we get there, I think they want us. Oh, that's this season objective. I think next season they will want us to win the league again, or at the very least it'll be playoffs. I think so. Good stuff. I think we've got a squad more than capable of doing it. I think we probably just need some National League level wingers, some National League level, fullbacks, some National League level centre mids, and then maybe one better right mid. I think Birchall is more than good enough, to be our left mid. So we want everyone realistically shown as either a good or leading National League player or above. The only ones who aren't are the fullbacks, the midfielders, and I think the right winger. He is good National League level. So yeah, probably just 2 midfielders and 2 fullbacks. And then we probably need maybe another striker. We've got a couple we want to move on. Obviously, Kevon Williams, probably don't need him now. Missing, we'll probably keep. Blake will probably try and loan out. So we probably could do with, obviously, another striker. And maybe a winger, a left winger, a striker, 2 DMs, 2 fullbacks, and maybe another centre-back, I don't know. But that's pretty much, I think, what we need. I don't think we need lots next season, but I said this season and signed too many. We're not going to make the same mistake. We signed too many players, and it ended up costing us. Just a bit of a transfer roundup, because there is probably a couple of players there you didn't notice. So a couple left, actually. So Mully did go out on loan. We sold Isaac Allen, the backup goalkeeper. Brooks, one of our youth academy players, he went out on loan. Dylan Thompson, the backup goalkeeper, he left to a team called Omaha in America. So he left for some money. Bruno Sena went to Real Bedford. He left for some money. He never played for us. And basically the only signing we made was a backup goalkeeper. Ronnie Hollinshead is signed on until next season. He's actually a good National League goalkeeper. He'd actually be a good starter for us, but we've got Wright, who's a better goalkeeper, and he was happy being a backup. So we've done really well. We've brought some players in as well. Actually made quite a bit of money on sales this year, which is good. Don't know if we'll actually end up selling anyone. There's quite a few players in the squad that are wanted. So if teams come in with, if someone like Roswell was to get like a £100,000 bid, I'd maybe sell him because I think we can probably get a better player. Kukonki's probably not someone I'm looking to sell. I don't think any of them have got release clauses on. So, okay, he does actually. Can we give you a new contract? Get rid of that release clause. Remove and exclude. Remove and exclude. A little bit less wage. A little bit less wage. A little bit less wage. Okay, you can have 1,900. And he's extended to 2029. Do we want them to extend? Yeah, he's already leading National League. That'll be more than good enough. So get rid of his release clause. So yeah, there's not really anyone I want to sell. Just double check that Hamilton doesn't have a release clause. He doesn't. He's tied down to next season as well. So yeah, overall, I think we're looking very good. I think we can definitely get another promotion, but we've just got to get a couple players in the right positions. And things are going well. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, this second part of the Director of Football Challenge. And I'll see you for part 3 in the National League South, I assume, very soon.